Welcome back to Curiosity Detecting. First off, I want to thank all of you for the wonderful reception that our channel's first episode had. We had a surprising number of people view the video, click the like button, and subscribe to the channel, so that was really great to see. Thank you very much. On our first episode, we had some pretty astonishing finds in this old home yard, including 3 silver coins, 2 from King George VI, and 1 from young Queen Elizabeth. And the find of the day was actually a bucket lister for me, a 1906 King Edward VII large cent. And we had some interesting relic finds as well. So today we're back at the same property. Unfortunately, Kevin couldn't make it today, but we have another local detectorist whose name, surprisingly enough, is also Phil. I'll refer to him as Phil 2 in the video. And we've just got to see what else is lurking just beneath the surface. So enough of this talk, let's get to the digging, and I'll see you on the first hole. Phil 2 is digging a solid 81 on the Garrett AT Pro. Has he got a penny to match my penny?
Yes, sir.
He has a penny. Okay. Let's we can clean them up, and any idea what it is?
Let's see.
Mine's from the 40s probably. It's George VI.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. 1880.
1980. Good year.
Good year.
All right, I'll be back with some cleanup. So my first hole, very quickly, within 2 minutes, looks like it's a 1942 penny, which makes it George VI. It's got a little bit of wear and tear, but still a very nice coin. So there you go, within a minute, both of us are on pennies. One from the 80s and one from the 40s. Let's see what else we can find. Alright, so they have picnic tables here, and Phil 2 was kind enough to flip up this picnic table. And I got a 20, 21, 22, figuring it was probably going to be a penny, maybe an older penny. But when I got it out, it kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and to me that looks like a silver dime. So let's spray it up and see what happens. It's definitely a wreathed dime. I mean, it's seen better days, but I'll clean it up off camera and we'll get a close-up. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a wreathed dime. I don't know. We're going to have to find out. I got to clean up some more. It's pretty muddy. Well, color me surprised. This was the top of my bucket list for this year. It looks like 1858. Does that look like 1858 on the phone screen there? 18-something 8, and it is a young head Queen Victoria.
Yeah, 58 for sure.
My first ever Queen Victoria silver.
That's awesome. So they're in here.
And it was 3 to 4 inches down, which is unbelievable when you think about it. So there you go. This is going to be 92.5% silver, so sterling silver. It looks like it ends in an 8. It may also be 1868. I'm not certain when they changed from the young head. She kept the young head a little bit longer than was reasonable in her life, because she did not look this young forever, but there you go.
The lesson is flip the picnic tables.
The lesson is flip the picnic tables. Kudos to Phil 2 on that one. He gets a footnote on this one in the finds diary. My first ever Queen Victoria silver. And we'll probably be able to pull a year off of that. it looks like 1858, which would be the first year that Canada minted pennies. I'd have to check to see whether it might also be the first year that they minted dimes. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's got a lot of wear, but this is going to take pride of place in my collection of finds. 2 outings and 2 bucket listers. Absolutely unbelievable. Queen Victoria, of course, is the second longest reigning monarch in British history, next to Queen Elizabeth II. She ascended to the throne just after her 18th birthday in 1937 and served as queen until her death in 1901, where she was succeeded by Edward VII, whose coin we found last week. Absolutely thrilled. Fantastic. All right, Phil 2's on the board here with a nice relic. Looks like a nice flat button. And barely under the surface. Like, we're talking 2 inches. Is there a shank still on it?
There's
a piece of one.
Really,
quite often you'll find that these have sometimes the shank is made of iron, so it rusts away first. But nice flat button, probably a small waistcoat button or a small coat button rather than a cuff button.
Would that be brass, maybe?
Yeah, probably brass. What did it ring up on your machine?
A 60.
Yeah, yeah. Buttons normally ring up a little lower, but there may be some design on that. You might hit it with a dab of lemon juice to see, but there might be some design. It's hard to tell. Excellent. On the board with first button. So the story of my life in metal detecting. 4 feet from the 1858 silver Queen Victoria dime, and at a deeper depth is this hexagonal nut washer looking thing. So this is why you have to, and it had the exact same signal on my metal detector, so this is why you have to dig everything. Well, let's see what we can pull out of the ground next. So Phil 2 is a bit of a button whisperer here today. Buttons. He's got what looks like a pretty old 4-holer button. In fact, there's even still fabric, there's still thread going through it.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. But there's definitely going to be some words around, or a pattern around the edge of the front of the button here. We might clean that up and see, but it's definitely not young. It's probably period to the house. There's definitely going to be something on that.
We'll have to clean it up.
Well done. Button again. Well, another signal that sounded strikingly like that silver dime, except this time it's a 1971 copper penny. Another illustration of why you have to dig all the 6 clean, repeatable signals. And it looks like Phil 2 is on the trail of something over there. We'll see if he finds anything. Well, a little eyes-only find here. Just walking along, and I guess some of the dirt had washed away, and there's a nice marble. Nice color to it, kind of a turquoisey color. Probably some child's pride and joy, and it could be 40 years old, it could be 100 years old. It's very difficult to tell, but you always end up spotting all kinds of neat stuff when you have your eyes trained on the ground for long periods of time. Alrighty, on to the next hole. Well, I was not too far from the base of this tree, and I got a beautiful 19 signal, which I've come to learn as a musket ball, but highly unlikely in a residential property. And it actually is another bucket lister for me. About, what is that, maybe 4 inches down? That looks to be a hem weight. That's exactly what it is. So back in the Victorian era, and I guess beyond that a bit, women used to have these sewn into the hem of their dress so that their hem didn't blow up in the wind and offend the modesty of the day. But so it's made of lead. I don't know whether it'll have any markings on it or anything, but you can see there's a bar across the center where it was sewn in around that bar. But this is something that was on my bucket list for this year. So a hem weight, wonderful relic of Victorian times, which matches this house perfectly. All right, and Phil 2 has made it around the corner down there, so we'll try and track him down, see if he's found anything. Another fortuitous reveal when I flip this plug over, a 1920. It looks like another hemweight.
Wow, it is.
And the other one was right there. So
Somebody's dress fell off.
there was something scandalous that happened on this spot, I think, here. Losing hemweights left and right.
There's one right here.
Oh, the scandal trail continues over there. No, it's obviously just probably someone's dress got turfed out, or they were walking in the yard and they fell off of the sewing on the dress. But boy, it rains, it pours. 3-4 years I've been had this on my bucket list, and I find 2 of them in 5 minutes. So we'll see if Phil digs the same. It gave me a heart attack. I thought it was going to be a copper because it was
Nice
so
and
perfectly round. Let's see what we got here. Another. Is it going to be another hemweight? Oh, he's on it.
Come off to the side here.
It's a shelf plug. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Oh no.
What the heck is that?
Might be a shotgun shell.
What did it ring up on your detector?
75.
75.
Oh, it's a nut.
Nuts.
Nuts.
So there you go. Hemweight, Victorian, nut, not Victorian. 2 feet apart. Welcome to the hobby.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next. All right, Phil 2 is waving me over here. And what has he got?
Don't know.
What is that? Some kind of buckle or?
This is bronze.
Oh my goodness.
Not sure
It's
what-
monogrammed. With this, it looks like a C. I think it's a small. It would have had this buckle on both sides, maybe. Oh, it has words on it there.
Yeah. One says bronze and the other says Hickok.
Hickok. Wow, so it's some kind of buckle.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow, wouldn't it be? I'm trying to remember the surname of the family who owned this house. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow, that is
kind of neat.
definitely the nicest relic we've pulled out of this place so far. And what? 3 inches down, maybe?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Great job. The owner's going to be psyched to see that. All right, on to the next. So here's the buckle that other Phil found. And we checked, and the surname of the original owners of the house, or the main owners of the house in the 19th century, does indeed begin with a C. So wouldn't that be fantastic if this were a nice relic from their family? I'm sure the owners would be pretty psyched when they see it. But it's always nice when you can try and place something with the person. Anyways, that's a great find. We're just in the backyard here next to this huge tree, and the owner said there used to be a barn in that corner. Well, I think I found evidence of there being horses here, like a sleigh bell. Yeah. It looks like this is the kind that would have been riveted to a leather strap at the top here. The rivet's missing. But that will clean up, and there will be a dinger in there, I think.
Clean it up, put it on the Christmas tree.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a nice kind of white metal too. All right, we'll clean that up, and we'll have a little bit better view. And if I'm dedicated enough, I'll clean it out, and I'll insert it ringing right now. All right, I've got Phil 2 consulting here at the moment. I may have a silver quarter, or it'll be a
like
modern American quarter, but
It's like a 5-cent token of some sort.
a token? Is that what you say? It's really light. It's not silver. It's way too light to be silver.
It's like
Maybe it's some kind of aluminum token. Oh, it
yeah.
is a token.
Yeah.
5 cents. What does it say? Good for 5 cents. Here, let me throw the camera in the on the tripod. Oh, actually, I can get it right here. Good for 5 cents. When purchasing tea.
Bring it in.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, can you set me up with some tea here? It says Toronto on it.
Very cool.
Belfour Tea Company, Toronto. Awesome. It just weighs nothing. It's obviously made of aluminum.
Another unique find.
What a fantastic! I love stuff like this where it's, you know, they all, how many tokens did the Belfour Tea Company make in Toronto? But you wonder what the story is of the person who dropped this. And it was about 3 inches down, just under the front garden here. Fantastic. All right.
Lots of Google searches.
Yeah, lots of Googling. All right. All right, so another successful outing. Phil 2's first outing on the channel. And you can take a look at what we found here. Only a couple through here. So, as always, lots of pennies. For all the way from the 40s up to the 80s. This thing was probably non-precious, but it's odd. It doesn't have threads on it. It's just like a little collar. Phil got a nice flat button with an iron back on it, looks like. This button here, which I sprayed up, and you can see the word button on it. But I don't know what the other word is. It looks like it says tender, fender. I don't know. Maybe a name. It's a 4-holer button. Old, probably late 19th, early 20th century. We found evidence of the horse barn. Nice little jingle bell, which hopefully will jingle up when I clean it. And a really cool aluminum token that weighs almost nothing. It says good for 5 cents when purchasing tea. And it's from the Belfour Tea Company in Toronto, which I'm going to be able to do some research on. And right before we started, I was telling Phil 2 that top of my bucket list for this year was Queen Victoria silver. And no sooner did I mention it than I pulled this beautiful 1858 sterling silver dime with a young head Queen Victoria. And
don't give up on your signal.
Don't give up on your signal. This was the one where he moved the picnic table and I had to navigate between some roots. But I'm psyched to have found that. And there's probably more out there for sure. So all in all, it was another fantastic outing here. Some great finds, and if we keep finding things, we'll keep coming back because there's always a little bit more to be found. So once again, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, click the like button, and if you want to catch our future videos, then click the subscribe button and you'll be notified next time we post one. So until next time, be kind and stay curious.